brainiacs, oh, my friends. What is going on, everybody? Let's just cut to the chase. The hell of the feed is minor, like blend in. We'll just blam. There he is. Ha! What's up? Oh, you guys kill me. Funny here on this Matrix Manic Monday. Holy shit! How's everybody doing? You guys doing alright? Total eclipse almost. Damn. Did you guys see the little videos going past around all over Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else? TikTok? Little round donuts all over the damn place. I'm like, wow. Tell me you guys can't feel that. Some interesting things happened to me this past week, as well as this weekend. I got my ears lowered. Did you guys see that? Gonna go with the chromium kind of look. Don't want to get any hate mail saying, "Oh look, Matt turned Nazi." No, didn't turn Nazi. I just donated what hair I had on my head to the birds. Ha ha ha! Andy Cassidy's probably laughing his ass off right about now. Oh shit! I'd be all cranked up on mojo, caffeine, nicotine, and the energy that came in this past weekend. Holy shit! I hope you guys are doing well. It is Monday. It is October the 16th, all day long. I hope you guys are in for the ride with me. Manic Monday. How's that energy all treating y'all? Pretty good? Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Again, welcome aboard the Matrix Minds, my friends. Welcome. Share this broadcast, share this podcast. Let's have some fun all night long. Crank this shit up all the way and talk to you guys here in just a second.
What do you say, brainiacs? You guys ready? It's time. It's showtime, brains. That's right. It's Matrix time. And it's go time. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's go! Talk about ufology, conspiracy, controversy, and anything and everything that we can get into tonight.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Mr. Andy Cassidy says, turn that shit up, crank it up, and break the dial. Go.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Crank it up, brainiacs. Yeah. It's definitely your show. Your show, and we appreciate you for being here. Buckle up, everybody. Welcome aboard.
Oh yeah, welcome aboard, brainiacs. No doubt. Once again, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go over to the Brainiac chat. Say hello to everybody. Michelle Nobles, Rochester, my bad. What's up, Morgan? Michelle? Andy Cass is like, crank that shit up, bruh. Yeah, man. So, who else has had a really shitty past week? shit. That's right. I said shitty past week. Got like two friends in the shit can. Got one that's throwing it in the bounce. You know, I'm the melodramatic week this past week. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Let's see here. Go over to the Brainiac chat and say hello. Mr. Christopher Peebles is up in here. Again, I got my ears lowered. I feel better. I feel better. What's going on with the world? Palestine, Israelis, all that good shit. You guys want whatever you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about it. Mr. James Roundtree's in the house, along with his beautiful wife. What's up, James? I hope you, dude. You got to see this band, the band from Cleveland. The hell was the name of it? I don't know. I don't know what it didn't catch the name. I know you drop it in the chat, but I don't know that band, and that's crazy. Me running, I ran Music Scene Ohio for a long time. Morgan says people are falling apart from the truth. In the chat, Morgan, you are damn straight. You are right. Acid Bath Tribute Band. That's it. You shared a little video with me. It's pretty cool. Very cool. You know what? It's funny Morgan said what she said. People are falling apart from the truth. And the reason, you know what? This is happening in my life. I'm going to share. Let me share a little bit of this with you. My past week stemmed from exactly that right there. The truth. People can't fucking handle the truth. And that is here to say, I shared the truth with a supposed friend of mine, right? And he had a nuclear fucking meltdown because I made his kid cry. And look, I'm a person that I'm a brutally honest person, man. And when it comes to like sharing that, I didn't mean to make his kid cry, but he simply asked me. He asked me, his son asked me, can I sing? Can I sing the OG shit? The OG shit that we were originally singing. Well, I'm just telling you, it's leading up to a conflict. And I'm like, no, dude, just stick with what you know, stick with what you are good at, yada yada yada. And I made him cry, I guess, afterwards, because he didn't like my answer. And you know, I'm sad to say that destroyed a friendship, but yet it was a friendship that was really, really on shaky ground, very shaky turf to begin with. Now, the problem with that is because that prior band that I was in, I've got a method to this madness, because again, this stems into my life, your all's life. The truth, people don't really want to hear the truth. And what's funny, not funny, is along with this eclipse, okay, Michelle Espinosa has been talking about this for quite some time. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, I know this. You can feel it. Okay, we can feel this. The escalation, the war. I think I seen in the subscribers chat, someone dropped something about don't feed it. Don't let it happen. Well, we allow things. We allow these people, these things to suck our energy, right? And it goes with saying the same thing with my own melodramatic life, your guys's dramatic life. Yeah, I just seen Morgan say that people can't handle the truth. They can't fucking handle the truth, because the moment you tell them how it truly is, you know, here's the kicker. Okay, to make a long story short, a singer practices every day. A singer practices all the time. Okay, you can't just like, hey, Mike Pyle, you're my singer now. You sound pretty damn good in the truck singing. Good evening, bro, by the way. You know, hear what I'm saying? You can't just jump into that spot. it takes practice. It takes years and years and years of practice. And don't get me wrong, the dude was all right with singing his own stuff, singing the original material, singing the OG stuff like he'd asked me. No, you're not good enough. No, you're not. You're killing the sound of what once was. Just sing your own stuff. So, I made this public on my own wall, so hopefully, if you're listening, you take it for what it is. Again, I'm not trying to piss you off. I mean, you've already threatened to whoop my ass. You know where I live. Come kick it. All I'm trying to tell you is the truth. Don't ask me for the truth if you don't want to fucking hear it. And coming in with this energy, this, why did I do it? Well, it's because of who I am. I'm not a piece of shit, and neither are a lot of these people in the chat. That they'll be brutally honest. You see, it is not hard at all, not hard at all to deal with the truth if you really want to know the truth. But if you don't, then don't fucking ask it. Mr. Seth Henderson's up in here. I always feel better with a haircut. Yeah, bro. You know what? Again, Andy Cassidy beat up in here laughing at me and shit. Don't mind him. Don't mind him. He is like 4 beers shy of a 6-pack. He is so damn. That dude is on. Oh my god. Don't listen to Andy Cassidy. He's so damn stone blown out of his mind. But look, I'm trying to tell y'all that this energy, okay, this energy is going to have a lot of people displaced. Okay, we're gonna have relationships, friendships, maybe even jobs being lost, jobs being questioned. All of these things. Okay, we are an energy being. Okay, we are an energy being. Biologically, we are put together with energetic consciousness. Now, we all have talked about where does consciousness even reside. We've had Ava the AI talk multiple times about consciousness. Science has proven that, not proven. Science is in correlation that the spirit, okay, consciousness, the awareness of who we are, what we are, resides outside of the body. We are all connected by a neural network of consciousness. Okay, even though me and Morgan Roundtree, or me and Shell Rochester, even though we are all different people, we still have got a connection, the soul source connection, and it has always been like that. And now that goes to say, where are we at in the world? Where are we at in the world right now? We look at what's going on Facebook. We look at what's going on TikTok, and we see all of this shit. They're trying so hard to start a war, and a lot of people aren't buying it. It's a lot like my life. My life right now. There's people in my life trying to start wars with me, right? And I'm going, man, just go over there, shut the fuck up, leave me alone. The bridge is burnt. The bridge is burnt. Okay, so again, if you're listening, good for you. Okay, go stick your head in your own ass and sing your heart out if that's what you want to do. I could give two less. I'm worried about my own construct. I'm worried about my kid. I'm worried about my wife. I'm worried about Morgan Roundtree. I'm worried about Shell Rochester. I'm worried about all of these people up in this chat right now that are in the same boat with me. Okay, because I know damn well I'm not alone. My little dramatic life at the moment may be being shared with everybody at the moment, but I promise you, we're going to come back to a balance. We're going to come back to a harmonial alignment. Just let the shit kickers, let the bullshit just dwindle away. Because it's like a fucking Klingon. It's like an ass Klingon. It will finally fall off. Follow me? I know you hear what I'm saying. It's like a fucking turd on a cat's ass. It will finally fall away. Just give it time. The displacency, the wars, everything going on, they are trying like hell. Okay? They're trying like hell to get everybody in an uproar. You got to remember, this matrix that we're in, we didn't come in here really knowing. Okay? I can tell you, I'm probably one of the worst people when it comes to amnesia. Okay? Knowing that I came into the planet and into this construct to change things. I had no idea. What the hell is the Matrix Minds? I don't know. Well, let's just fucking go with it. Well, the Matrix Minds was once just a talk platform for myself and the drivers and friends, right? That's the way it was. Hi, Trez TC. Shout out to you. Hi. So anyway, it's what is the Matrix of Minds? What is the Matrix Minds here? It is a place where you, me, we all can call, share our stories, share education, share different, because we all have got different knowledge on different events. We've all got different stories. That's what makes us unique individuals. Okay? The shit I'm going through right now and the shit you're going through right now kind of can possibly be a little bit alike, but my experience is different. My experience is different than yours, and yours is different than mine, and everyone else's. Amy Jo says it smells like ass. Smells like Teen Spirit. Oh, you guys. Let's talk a little bit. I don't know if she's left yet, but I'd love to get her up here in here. Miss Michelle Nobles. There are also some people that are in your guys' tribe that go through what we refer to as direct energy attacks. Let's talk a little bit about that. We've also got a good friend, a good couple friend. That'd be Neptune, Triton, and Miss Pandora. Now, I will tell you that the two of them, as well as a lot of other people, have been going through some really, really crazy shit in the last week. Now, I've personally seen this with my own two eyes. The lady right there says Piers, yup, Michelle Rochester, right? Mike Norris, Michelle Nobles. I've seen this broad's eyebrows blown off her face by a fucking dude. You may think I'm lying, you may think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you that whenever you are knee deep in this frontline shit show, right here, this is Facebook, welcome to the front lines, okay? And you rattle them cages enough, Neptune, Pandora, Michelle, Morgan, all of the majority of everybody up in here that I see, whenever you, Laura, okay, Laura, right, whenever you rattle these cages hard enough and you shake the foundation that this evil, we're not from this fucking place, okay? You just got, you've pretty much volunteered to be a sleeper freaking assassin to a construct that needs rebooted, okay? And it's going through its own changes. We can see this. Again, this goes right back to my dramatic life. I'm watching the shit fall away, okay? And you guys are the same way. You're watching the shit fall away that you didn't really ask for, okay? One way or another, mark my word, these people that you want awake, alert, aware, sometimes we go through changes like you're going to lose loved ones. I'm talking like you're the black sheep. The odds are you are the black sheep of your family. And as this energy progresses, okay, the same energy that is helping to upgrade you, okay, though a lot of people that have gotten this Okay, the stab and jab. Okay, you're gonna see that this displacency happen a little faster. It just is. I don't know how to say it other than it just is. Okay, so needless to say, we're watching our own upgrade through the rigmarole bullshit from other people, the things that we're going through. Whenever again, shaking the shit turd from the cat's ass, the Klingon. Okay, mind you, that's teaching you something. It's learning you something. I know I have. I've learned a lot in the last week. I've learned a lot that pretty much drove it home for me. Okay, this trusting people, giving to people. I'm getting really to the point where a lot of you already are. All right, where trust is absolutely positively earned. Okay, it is earned. And the more I see what's happening in my own life, I'm watching these people that I have like been really close friends with, or even friends with for years. I'm talking 15, 20 years. I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But I'm learning my own self to I guess not trust the people in my matrix without them earning it. I can't just give it to them, because a lot of us have given them trust, and we've all gotten fucked by doing that. We've all gotten screwed over. Okay, I see Miss Michelle Rochester up in here. I'd love to get you up in here and talk about the shit that you've gone through in the last week. Even our four-legged baby girl, Bella, she's been through some shit. Don't think, again, like I just mentioned, don't think that you're alone. Your animals feel this energy. Mr. J-Bot, what's up, homeboy? Nice to see you up in here. So as you see this shit show taking place, right? Israel, get this. While I got J-Bot up in here, let's talk a little bit about politics. You know, they mock you, let's mock them while we're at it, right? Joe Biden had enough shit within his own crazy mind yet left to say, well, we stand with the Middle East. We must support the Middle East. Why, you crazy, cranky old piece of shit. What about all of these people? What about all of these people? What about my family? What about the United States? What about the things that we're going through? You see, that's mocking you and I. It's literally mocking you and me to have our own, you know, I don't even want to say the word, to stand in front of the world and say, we must do something here, whenever we have got it right at our front door. I can't help but just say, I cannot help but go back and say what cackling Kamala Harris said that 4th of July. Oh, well, we're saving them 7/17. You know, so it was just like some odd sense. I can't remember. It was like, I know it was below a quarter. Okay, we're saving you below a quarter for your barbecue. Man, shut the. Go back to California, snort coke. If anything, God, I don't want to get on that topic. I'm not going to get on the topic. I'm going to go back to, again, the energy that's inbound. It's changing me. It's changing everybody within our lives. And you're going to start seeing this more and more and more. Again, the people, we seen it. Somebody up in the chat said we cannot handle the truth. We, the majority of people, can handle the truth. Okay? But like I told you about my singer's son, if you asked me, I'm going to tell you. Now, I'm one of them brutally honest people that will tell, if Melissa's to ask me, it's funny, the switchboard just disconnected the moment I started talking about Joe scratch and sniff and all that other bullshit. Let me reset the switchboard. because I'd really like to hear from a lot of you. But nevertheless, my wife, I don't know if you hubbies are a lot like this, but your wifey comes to you and asks you, honey, does my ass look fat in these jeans? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you. You want to hear the truth, right? You asked me. Now, I've been married for 21 years. I mean, I may have skated around the truth a little bit from time to time, but I'm going to be honest with you. She used to ask me, I will tell her. I will tell her straight up. And I do believe that's what's created a good relationship. Now, mind you, I'm still alive. She hasn't killed me. So, I wouldn't really suggest, within at least 10-year relationship, just kind of like skate around the truth a little bit. But then fuck it, man. After 15, 20 years, you just lay it out. If she got a fat ass in them jeans, you just tell her. Tell her. And honey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if he ain't got the go in his get up, just fucking tell him. It is just level with the people. I'm serious. Trust will build a relationship, and I should my own self really base my own friendships, relationships. Friendships turn into relationships, right? That's what they are. And again, trust is earned, and it is what it is, man. We are trusting one another, even now, right now. You guys are trusting what I'm saying to you, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Okay, it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. We're going to watch here soon. I don't know. My own heart tells me that a lot of my friends, a lot of our family are going to be suffering from the jab. If we get blown away on the broadcast, at this point I don't give a shit, right? You want to hear the truth? We all know that something's going to happen. Okay, I grew up knowing that, well, I knew about sudden infant death syndrome. I knew about, the croup. I knew about different colds, blah, 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 blah. What's going to happen whenever the inbound energy gets to the point that it starts reacting with something in that jab? I see it happening. I see something in my own mind where we're going to have a lot of fatality. And a lot of people are going to be asking why. And then what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right? You can smell something coming. Something is, you can feel it. You can almost smell it. But what are we going to say to these people? Right? What are we going to say? Oh, well, sorry. We tried to warn you. But big tech just kind of like, they put the clamp down. I've seen J-Bot screaming it. Morgan Rountree, I've seen everybody screaming it. All right? I've seen a lot of my friends up in this chat. A lot of my friends on the Matrix. We've gotten blown away on many broadcasts by talking about it. By talking about the realism. Okay? Tammy Bonhams just said, we told you so. I hate to even say that. I hate to say that we told you so. But here's the thing. We tried. Brad says we have a meme for that. We did. We absolutely did. Daryl's like, it's coming. Something is coming. You can see it. You can see it. You can feel it. You can almost smell it. Okay? They're hanging on. They're trying the deception, the evil, the whatever it is. You can see it trying so hard to divide the people. Again, in my own life, it's happening. I'm watching it, and believe me, it's probably for a good thing. Again, dude asked me to give him the truth. I gave him the truth. He did not like the truth. And then daddy steps in. Well, I'm going to kick your ass. Why? Because I told the truth? I'm going to kick your ass because I told you the truth. Look. What do you want me to tell you? I'm not going to fucking lie to you. Okay? I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. You've got to be honest. And it's like there you go, Curing Harvest of the transhumanists. Let me tell you something. Talking about transhumanists, I was talking to Pandora a little bit prior to the show, because here, actually, right there, Miss Joy Works Pro, Joy Love. I shared something with Neptune, I do believe, and it was how bastardized the female has been. Now buckle up, because this is going to hurt, and this might piss some people off. So, just sharing with you now, if we get blown off the platform, this is why. I'm absolutely going to tell you the way I feel in my heart, and probably the majority of everybody up in here feels the same way. All right, I'm not speaking for you, I'm speaking for me. Okay? But the feminine aspect of who we are as people has been bastardized. It has been shunned. It has been, you name it. We have got two parts to the human body, the male and the female aspect of everything. Everything in your body is divided by two. You've got the male, you've got the female. Okay? You've got a positive and you've got a negative. You got a right brain, left brain, the hemispheres. We have been watching the feminine aspect of the the womb of humanity. Okay? We watching this literally take place, and they're bastardizing it right in front of our faces. They're turning little Billy into Barbie. They're turning little Susie into Sam. And they're saying it's okay. They're saying it's okay. It's not okay. And it hasn't been okay for a long fucking time. I know, I know, again, that this may rattle a lot of people. But this topic absolutely needs talked about. Okay? The transhumanistic, I understand that is a completely separate thing. I do. But I want to say that I don't even know if it's a word, the defeminization of a woman, they're trying, it's okay. I am seeing in my world, I will tell you this, as this, again, this pulls right in line with this displacency of the human kind. Okay? We are of the human kind. We are a God man. You're a spirit in a vessel. You're not a vessel with a spirit. You're a spirit, everlasting energy vessel. Okay? You are God human. Okay? I shared with Miss Lovejoy, as well as Neptune, Triton, and everything else, an image. And this was an image of, we know her as Lilith, 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 okay? We're told, the first woman of Adam and Eve, the first woman for Adam, said, I'm not going to lay with you. Maybe your hair color was not my likeness, pee-pee too small, I don't know, cross-eyed, who knows? But we were told that Lilith, right, is evil. We're all told that Lilith is evil. But let me tell you what, there is a relief that shows Lilith, okay, which Egypt knows Lilith as Isis, the founding feminine of Egypt. We're talking Atlantean, Atlantean days, Sumer, right? But they have been bastardizing the female for so long. It's unreal. This is why whenever ISIS went into Palestine, whenever ISIS went into Sudan and started like exposing all of the shit from the tunnels, breaking shit, blowing shit up, blah 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 blah, right? I posted a video and got I know I got smacked for it, and that was showing that all of these years back in the Sumerian days and all back in that time, right? We know the terroristic group of ISIS had been carrying all of these reliefs and all of these archaeological finds and whatnot underground. They've been trying to hide the fact that the woman, the female, was worshipped. She was honored. Okay? Back in that day. Let's not forget that. The world is forgetting that. We're being shown by mainstream media will tell you. It's okay. Just throw something on their face. That's a Shia law. Cover her face up. God forbid she be seen. She's worshipable. She is the womb of the man. She's the womb of humanity. She is who seeded humankind, the woman. So why bastardize her? Why cut her down and belittle her? You know what I'm saying? I was taught growing up to honor my mother, honor my grandmother, honor the women in my life. And if you go wherever, anywhere today, if you go, it's funny, Mr. Wayne Perkins, Wayne Stewart, right? Said you go. I'm throwing this out there for any guy that is single today. I would hate to be single and in the dating world, because the first question out of your mind is, have you ever had a dick? You don't know. They have absolutely feminized the masculine and bastardized the female. Now, I just see Miss Sherilyn up in here says, honor your elders. Absolutely. Let's talk about that for a minute. This goes back to tribal. Let's talk about that for a second. I doubt will go and I need to do a study on this. And that is all of the tribes within our nation, our nation, the United States here. I wonder how many tribes are okay with what I'm talking about. Oh, it's just okay. Billy wants to be Barbie today. It's cool. There's a meme that's floating around that I had put out for a minute that said, got a little girl standing there. She says, "Mommy, I feel like a boy today." And her mom's, this is an old school meme, says, "Yeah, Sally, but you're not. You're not." What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? They're teaching this shit in schools. Pull your fucking kid out of school. It is an indoctrination. It is nothing more than idolizing an indoctrination camp. I'm not saying this because my kid is like my kid, but I'm gonna tell you now. We pulled my son out of school at the age of 13, 14 years old. Started homeschooling him, doing what's called unschool. Unschooling, unschooling. And he's brilliant. Give him the opportunity. He had to learn English, had to learn social studies, and math. Those were the three subjects, the main subjects that we pushed. But he got to the ability to learn what he wanted to learn. You see what I'm saying? He was not number one. He's my kid. If you guys know me, you know me well enough to know my kid is different. Okay? A lot like you guys, your guys' children are different. So if they're that age and you've got the ability, by all means, homeschool them. It's the best thing for their mind, because I'm telling you, the indoctrination camp, they limit creativity. Okay? And the moment the kid shows creativity, they're like, oh, that fucking kid's got ADHD. Let's put him onto medicine. And then the kid's like, in the corner of the room, crying, not knowing what the fuck's going on. Put him on some pharmakia. Put him on pharmakia. dumb him down because he just doesn't fit our creativity level. We don't want that shit here. We want formality. We want forms to fit in place. A brick in the wall. That's what they're trying to do, is create another brick in the wall. You know I'm right. Amy Joe, what did she say? I'm going to go through here. I don't want my grandkids in school, especially at a young age. You're not alone. You're not, sweetheart. You're not alone. The majority of people that I talk to, and I talk to a lot of people, they would like do anything to pull their kids out of school. You're not alone. My grandson is 5 and tells me that he hates school because it takes so long. Well, he might not like homeschool then, because homeschool is literally from daylight till dark, 24 hours a day. I mean, it's not really that bad, but all I'm saying is it's home, okay? Homeschooling. And, you know, knowing that your home is the school, you kind of got to be careful with that. But again, the idea of homeschooling, I am 100% behind all of you jumping on board by homeschooling your child. Let's go through here, this chat a little bit more. Miss Joylove, in school they never let him go to the bathroom, so they craps his pants. Let me tell you a story with Miss Joy. Let me tell you a little story. And here, this is one of the things that I knew growing up. Now my dad will, if he was still alive, would tell you that he was completely behind me. I pissed in a trash can. I was probably maybe, I don't know, 10, maybe 9. I pissed in a trash can because I was not allowed to use the bathroom. Okay? Again, this goes back to the formality of the indoctrination these children are going through. You can't do that. I'm sorry. You got to hold it until your eyes float. No, fuck you. These kids got to go to the bathroom. Get up and go to the bathroom. Even in the workplace, you got to go piss. You're going to go pee. Right? My father told me straight up, if you've got to go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. No, I mean, you know, make sure you're busting a piss before you just walk out of class. But I was told by my teacher at the age, like I said, about 8 or 9, something like that. If I go to the bathroom, just get up, because I told her straight up, I'm going to go to the bathroom whether you like it or not. My father told me, right? Well, so she told me that if I go to the bathroom, yada, yada, yada. My dad's like, just piss the trash can. And I did. I absolutely did. And I'm going to tell you right now, that got me a week and a half, almost 2 weeks suspension. That got me a visit to the principal's office. That got my parents a visit to the principal's office. But I'm going to tell you what, they never did that again. They never did that again. And I'm going to tell you what, and everybody in that class that witnessed that, they're like, "Oh my God!" And here's the thing. This is how I knew at a very young age I was not part of the system. I'm like, I knew. And again, looking back at 10th grade, 11th grade. I quit. I quit between 10th grade and 11th grade. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't even still till this day, I don't fit into their system. And that's okay. And again, going back to the how's the energy treating you, going back to the topic, the more that this inbound energy is coming in, the more I realize that you don't fit into the system. You're part of my tribe. You're part of my realization that my own self, okay, I'm not, a lot of people's like, well, you're a leader. No, I'm not. I'm part of your world. Okay? I'm part of your world. I'm just know that I won't put I will definitely put someone to the fire. I mean, I challenge everything. I question everything. You know, the motto of the show is question everything, even the fabric of reality. Fucking A. You question everything, Brainiac. Someone tells you you can't get up and go to the bathroom. Fine, fuck it. Like whatever. Like who just said, piss yourself. What is, you're gonna make a statement. You're gonna make a statement. I can't believe someone just pissed himself. Yeah, so be it. I think that I'm about it going back to the politics a little bit. The majority of us have got political pages, okay, from our local government to our state government, our sheriff's office, our police departments. I do believe I am probably one of 3 people in our local community that has got the balls to tell the mayor, you, sir, have got problems. You don't remotely have any idea what you're doing. You're spending money that don't belong. It's like I don't want to do any of this. I don't want to be a mayor. I don't want to be a politician. I don't want to be involved in any of that. Okay? I just assume, like, again, shave my head completely bald, like Andy Cassidy says, and become a monk somewhere. I mean, I've had people call the show or tell me via messenger, you matter, stolen valor. You run around with a crew cut thinking you're military. I've told everybody I'm not military material. Besides that, at this point in my life, do you really think I would join the military? No, I want nothing to do with it. But those who have served for my people and my country, I honor the living shit out of you. I do. And I know that you know that I do. But I'm not a politician. I don't fit that criteria. I would probably last maybe 2 months. Give it that. I'd fire every one of them fucking people. Every single one of them people on the committee. Why? Because they were placed there. They were placed there. And mayor, if the mayor, I know the mayor's not watching because he can't stand me. But the mayor knows. These people are placed in politics. All hair is an antenna. It's interrupt energy and environment. So, oh boy, that's a whole other topic there, Miss Joy. I would love to see people that have got a heart, okay, a heart, and believe in that way they were raised, moralistic value, to stand up, speak out for the people. Sorry, Billy, you're not Barbie. Sorry, Susie, you're not Shane. Stop all of that shit. Again, the demasculine, the trying to demoralize the male, the try to defeminize the woman. All of that is bullshit. And I see it every fucking year in my city. We've got this movement in all of our cities. And again, it bastardizes you. It mocks you as a spirit. They definitely didn't like whenever I went to the mayor's page. Whenever my own mayor published that, oh, we're going to add a benefit to all of the workers here at the city that don't fit in. We're going to help you fit in. We understand you come to work and you can't be you. We're going to help you be you by funding, okay, surgeries, moral support, all of that. That is now an insurance thing that if the insurance company don't like help with it, come to Akron, Ohio. They'll help you. Let me tell you what, you fucking moron. What you are is a moron. You're a fucking idiot. By using our tax-funded money because Billy wants to become Barbara this week, man, what the fuck is wrong with society, right? They're trying so hard to divide the people. Now, I lost a friend, a guitar player, because he didn't like the way I was talking. He didn't like the way I was talking at the moment. Good for you. And then had the balls to tell me that I'm the problem. I'm the one that's dividing my country. This country wasn't founded, sir, by that kind of ideology. Okay? From what I grew up on and know, this country was founded on God, guns, guts, and glory. Just saying. It wasn't to try to demoralize the male. Okay? I totally believe in equal opportunity. But I'm going to tell you, I also believe in the moralistic value. Okay? Again, going back to old school, Sumerian Egypt. They've tried to demoralize the feminine aspect of who she truly is. Who is she? All right? That's their goal. Washington, D.C. stands for the District of Columbia. I'm going to correct you, Miss Joy Love, and say Washington, D.C. stands for the Washington District of Criminals. That's what they are. D.C. stands for District of Criminals. Oh my God. Looking at Miss Kim saying, you do always, you need people like you for getting truths out. Listen, I'm not trying to get your approval. Okay, please. I'm telling you how I feel. All right. And by saying that, I get a lot of hate mail. I get a lot of shit. I get a lot of I've gotten email. Again, I've shared with the Brainiacs subscribers chat how, again, I lost a guitar player from my band because he didn't like what I'm sharing. He didn't like what I'm sharing. And this is literally the way I see it. Okay? If you don't like what I'm sharing, your spirit doesn't like this, or it riles you up inside, change the channel. You can always go back to CNN, MSNBC. Okay? They would love to have your support, because what they're doing is trying to do the exact opposite of what I'm telling you. God, guns, guts, and glory. Think about that. Your spirit. Do you like to be demoralized? Do you like to be constrained, conformed, refined, and fucking told what to do? I don't. I absolutely do not. And I won't. That's why I've told them time and time again, we have been wiped off the internet. I think really, really wiped off the internet 3 times. Okay? Facebook, I think 4 or 5 times. YouTube, fuck, I can't even tell you. 7, 8 times? 7 or 8 times. If you delete this platform, I promise you, this time around, odds are I'll go grab some of these moralistic, freedom-loving, soul-believing people, and I'll have them all create a fucking channel, and we will all broadcast this bitch. You will get tired of hearing me tell you. Facebook, big tech. This is the thing. Did you notice this one? Have you guys noticed this one yet? Your opinions, right? Even your opinions on big tech really, really, really don't matter. I see a girl come up in here by name. I know her as Mish, Airbrush Mish. This sweetheart here is tries to push tries to push good health, shares tremendous amounts of neuropathic, homeopathic. I've seen her make tinctures out of shit in mason jars and like share with people, and she's banned for it. They don't want you they don't want you to be together. They don't want you to moralize. I'm saying moralize one another. Be on the same page. And support one another. Love one another. Right? God forbid, Morgan, holistic. God forbid she shares something that can benefit you, and it lacks the FDA approval. I mean, Pharmacia leaves out big pharma. Mish, tell you straight up, fuck you. She don't care. She's this girl's always in Facebook fucking jail because of what she shares, man. I'm making tinctures with my pot roots. I mean, this is the thing. Look at this. Joylove says she's had. Look at this. She's had to. Let me share this. I'm gonna bring this in here. She's literally had to share this in broken down words. Are you kidding me? Because you can't say the word. The word itself. Think about it. They're afraid of a number. They're afraid of the number 17. They're afraid of the letter Q. This should show you, brain, where we're at. The energy, the inbound energy. They're scared shitless of you. You can't share these things. It doesn't fit the narrative. So therefore they're like, oh, fuck it. Can't have him talking. Oh no. Stick him in. Check this. A friend of mine got a timeout on Facebook for an hour. It's like smack and say, you sit in timeout like a good little boy. You can't go to the bathroom. No, you get up and you piss in that trash can. Okay? That's where we're at. That's literally where we're at. You shut us down and tell us we can't go to the bathroom. We're going to piss in the trash can. A lot of you, some of you, I know probably would piss your pants just to prove a point. Anyway, look, I'm going to go over here. I am absolutely tired of talking to myself. I'm going to go to the Brainiac chat, and whoever answers the damn phone, I told you all I was going to war dial. This is why you guys subscribe to the Brain Chat. I'm sorry, the Matrix. So where we can go in here and bother every single person up in here. So Brainiac, if you are a subscriber to the show, I'm gonna war dial the Matrix rocks, and every single one of you probably. I don't want to bother Danny. I won't bother Mike. I'm trying to think of some people that I don't want to bother. There we go. We've got a list of people here. It will only allow me to bother certain amount of people. So look at who we got up in the subscribers chat, and you guys are just turn your music down, turn your audio down a little bit, and I want to talk to every single one of you, the majority of you. What are you guys doing? How are you doing? Mr. Andy Cassidy, let me hang on a second, buddy. Let me turn everybody up. Andy Cassidy, say hello to everybody, brother.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Hello, Andy.
Miss Morgan Roundtree, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a rocking night.
We are doing fabulous. Miss Morgan, thank you. Tammy Bonham, say hello to everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Tammy.
Miss Tina Danley, say hello, sweetheart. Your turn.
Hello, everyone. I can't even hardly hear you, so I'm trying to put on my headsets.
All right. So what do you think of tonight's rant? I've already done an hour on my own, and I want to hear you guys' opinion.
We can tell.
You made it look easy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. 3 hours, I think you guys had me like ranting and raving and bitching and complaining for 3 hours at one time. I think and you guys are like Mr. Mike Piles. Mike's like, oh, Andy's gonna miss this one.
Well, I was tired and high. Mainly high.
You were tired, Andy. Come
And
on.
high.
And
And
he's
high.
never tired. He's always high.
I'm always in a good mood. But some days, man, I do go to sleep. Some days.
Cheech and Chong ain't got nothing on Andy.
Hey, I like that movie, man, when he was had the wheelbarrows of the brownies in the desert. Now that was awesome.
Oh, Up in Smoke was my favorite.
Well, Up in Smoke, it was
Yeah.
fine. But when he went to Area 51 with the brownies, that was awesome.
Cool.
Miss Rose says, Mr. Andy sounds so mellow. Oh yeah, Andy Cassie's on cloud 12. He's done skip cloud 9. He's like Andy's feeling no pain, I can guarantee you.
Hey, man, we were talking about you in the chat today. I'd like to see you on Mojo.
I got it.
One of my brownies.
Oh
and see
shit.
if you can walk off the porch.
Throw a little Red Bull in there too.
Yeah. Let's just get you amped up and fucked up.
You guys trying to kill me. You guys are really trying to kill me, ain't you? Absolutely. Yes, you are. You're trying to kill me. You're trying to kill me. Thank you, Lisa.
Can you hear me?
Thank you for the stars, Lisa. I appreciate. I'll be like TikTok. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the stars. But I'm not gonna act like a complete Riri. Seriously though, thank you for that, Lisa. I appreciate that, honey. I would have dialed you, Lisa, but I don't. Miss Lisa Thomas, she's a subscriber, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Andy.
What's up,
That wasn't me.
Really sorry
Great.
about that.
Great. That's
Mr.
my husband.
Mr. James? What's up, buddy? How are you?
I blame the tacos she made tonight. Sorry about that.
He's like, sorry, babe.
Slow down on the beer, bro.
I can't believe Facebook let me answer the call.
Right?
Yeah, I've been in Facebook jail for so long now. It's weird having freedom.
Tell him the truth, Holmes.
This is James, my husband, by the way, peeps.
Howdy.
Hello. I spent a couple months in Facebook jail. Shit, I was all right with it.
There's a food
But
there?
Yeah, when I first started coming on that show, man, that kept me in Facebook jail. And I had a few friends in there would help me, man, squirt out something else so I let everybody know I was still alive. But 3 months, wasn't it, Matt?
You know what? You were always, that's the thing, and that's the bitch about this show. A lot of people try to even share the content of the broadcast, and you're automatically in trouble. And I never really got that, but that's true. This is very true.
Hey, I stayed in trouble. I didn't give a shit.
I just made a backup account.
Well,
That's smart.
well, Matt told me, he said, Andy, you got to quit going to Facebook jail. I said, hell no.
You're a hard timer.
So, tonight's topics here. Let me ask all 4 or 5 of you up in this chat. All right, seriously,
All right.
is it hitting home? Am I telling the truth?
Yeah, because you can't make a kid go not going to the bathroom, because that'll give them kidney disease and kidney stones.
Here's the thing: is that what they figured out a long time ago is that, which we all know this. Yeah, which we all know this. The kids' brains are like sponges. I'll let Andy finish.
Goddamn pot.
Oh my
Freaking
God.
Andy.
Kids,
You gotta love them though. I mean, but you know.
yeah. Anyway,
Who you got?
kids' brains are like sponges, and I mean, they're taking in information. Like they say, your biggest learning time is when you're a kid, up to like 5 years old. That's when you're taking in the most information, and then on through teenage years. Your brain's just constantly taking everything in, and these people realized a long time ago, if we get into the school system and we become the principals and the teachers and we get on the school board and all like that, then we can influence these kids. We have them all day long. The parents have them at night.
That brainwashing.
Yeah, it is. It is. They used. I mean, when I went to school, there's a little bit of it, but basically I went to school in a relatively small town after we moved out of New Orleans, and it was just the basic stuff. It was, reading, writing, arithmetic. There wasn't any politics thrown in. There wasn't any crazy stuff.
Yeah, but that back in the 60s. Well, not. I'm going to say in the 70s and stuff. I was back in school in the 60s. I told them, I said, I got to piss and I'm going. Just go. And I lived in a small town in Michigan, and I didn't pay attention to the school.
It is about exercise and control, but it's also about implanting ideas in there. I mean, now the same high school I went to back in the 80s that was just really a normal high school, except for a few little instances of whatever fights and things like that. I'd
be right in the middle of a fight.
Right. I know I got so many fights in school, but now the kids are petitioning the principal to allow litter boxes by their desks because they identify as cats.
Yeah, good.
Right.
I love that. I love that because they get a boot in their ass.
Are they literally shitting in a box?
No, they're not. But they're into that furry thing, and they believe they're cats. They're identifying as cats and dogs, well, cats, I guess, and they want to have litter boxes by their desk. They're not going to use them, although it's interesting to bring up the point where everybody's saying they weren't allowed to go pee when they were in school. It's like, well, I guess these kids could, but they want their teachers to let them have litter boxes so they can keep the identity of their cathood or whatever up, and they're going along with it. I mean, these teachers are eventually going to fold to it because they're part of the plan too.
Well, turn right around though and have a spray bottle to the kid in front, and when somebody goes in, squirt, squirt. My cats don't even come in the house.
Give them catnip. Here you go.
Oh, here, motherfucker. My fucking dog won't even come in the house.
That's hilarious.
I know. Animals are outside. Period.
Animals aren't supposed to go to school.
Right.
And plus, they
Except the
should
breeding
understand what a water bottle is.
Exactly. Good point. Animals don't go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be spraying dogs and cats and everything.
You know what?
What?
Going back to me saying, it's funny, but not funny. Whenever my dad told me, look, don't hold it, just piss where are you gonna find it? He's like, piss in the trash can if you have to. My dad told me that.
Open the teacher's desk drawer and take a piss.
You know what I'm saying? Now, James, you mentioned the furry thing and these kids thinking that they're cats and animals and blah blah blah, right?
Right.
You know what, dude? We already talked about the demoralization of Billy thinks he's Becky, and Sally thinks that she is Sam.
Right.
Okay? This kind of takes that shit to a whole other level, homie.
Yeah. It's about confusing everybody. I mean, because when you're in a state of confusion, you're in a state of panic, and you're willing to accept any input that you're grasping on to anything that's going to lead you out of that panic. So while they're in the panic and confused and all that, by the way, you're really a girl. Doesn't matter if you have a penis. Oh, by the way, you're really a boy. Doesn't matter if you have a vagina. While you're in that state of confusion and you're grasping for things, that's when they feed it to you.
Yes, they lose their own reality.
Right. Exactly. And they start altering your
that
reality.
bullshit.
Yep.
A total confusion.
But they figured it
kid.
out. I mean, look, they figured it out. And me and a friend of mine talk about this all the time. During the 90s, we were sleeping, because I'm Generation X. When we came up, it was like the end of the Cold War, and everything was free, and now we had cell phones and internet and all this crazy stuff, and we were just enjoying it. We're like, oh man, everything's going to be good now, and we fell asleep. While we were enjoying ourselves, they went in and they got into the school system. Now you can define they as whoever you want to, but we're talking about the subversives here that are doing this to the kids. They got in there, they got in positions of power, they got in positions of influence in the schools, and it's been going on for 20, 30 years now, and we're just seeing the results of it. Now we're like, holy crap, what the hell happened? And the fact is that we didn't think this would happen. We had
Exactly.
no idea. We had no idea that one day they'd be teaching our kids that they were the opposite sex of what they are, or that they're animals or whatever. Nobody would have thought of that. No, so that's insane. But now it's accepted as normal.
Well, once they took the Pledge of Allegiance out of class, that's when government stepped in and took over.
Yeah.
Plus, they took God out of the school.
Yes.
That's what ruined
right there.
everything.
That
That gave them open doors.
Well, the
right
Pledge
there.
of Allegiance was their ticket to talk about God or to respect
Yeah,
God's presence.
right.
Right, but the thing is if you don't believe in something higher than yourself, then you're relying on your own intelligence or the intelligence of the smartest person that you believe is the smartest person, and no person is smart enough to encompass everything.
I believe edibles is the answer. I really do.
We know.
Edibles is the answer to everything, and Sasquatch rules the world.
Well, that is your perception.
That's my
I respect
perception.
that.
Well, they ought to
Yeah.
put Sasquatch in school then. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
would be
baby.
Yeah. With a Bernie. If
Right.
you fucking don't believe me, eat this.
Check this out. The way I personally feel, okay, is the demoralization of the male and the female. To me, I personally see it as a no-no. Okay, but again, that's my belief. Now, do I give a shit whether they are or they're not? I could care less. I could care less whether Becky feels like he's Billy and whatever, blah blah blah. Right? I don't care. I'm one of the people that don't care. However, when it comes to teaching the children to be that way, that is when I've got a fucking problem with it.
Right. And, there is a definition that for a long time, this was called gender dysphoria. And now it's like a political movement. There was an article I read about a kid in England, and he started identifying as a girl. He was like 9, 10 years old. And the parents, instead, they bring him to a doctor, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, we'll go ahead and chop his dick off, whatever, And the parents said, well, hold on. Yeah, and the parents said, hold on, let's go get some counseling first. And they went to this counselor, and they realized that what happened was in the last few years, the parents had another baby, and it was a baby girl. And the boy saw all the attention that the baby girl was getting and thought that if he started identifying as a girl, dressing like a girl, he would get his parents' attention again like he did before the baby was there. And when they identified this and made the kid realize this, he straightened up. He was normal after that, and he became the big brother he was supposed to be, and everything was fine. But that's what it takes, I mean, all these things are solvable, but as long as you've got the power of the United States government and the people in it fighting you against this stuff, against making your kids normal, I mean, that's a lot of money and power to fight,
This is a tricky subject.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm
don't care
glad I
if
had all girls.
I don't care if they identify as anything, whatever, but it is a mental issue that needs to be solved and addressed. And the way to address it is not to chop these kids' genitals off or whatever it may be, and then say, okay, everything's fine now. It's like, no, everything's not fine. You're mutilating children. And when counseling, counseling is the big, guru of everything, oh, go get counseling, but except for this. No, except for this. When this comes along, you go to surgery and hormone therapy, and that is just sick.
I have a bit broader view on this subject though, because I believe there's outliers in every situation. So I think I have a little bit more of a I don't know what's the word. It's just because I kind of understand galactic things, if I dare to say. But yes, society and what's actually happening and what's being said, it's like or what's being pushed, and what you just said, James, about that one particular kid, it just being his misunderstanding. Like, I think that's happening more than people are willing to admit. I do agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, how many people have had sons at the age of 2 and 3 that wanted their nails painted? My son did. He played with his sister's Barbies. Okay, he dressed up in his sister's dress and raised his voice and said, "Hi, my name is Edwina." He wanted me
What?
to paint his nails. Yeah. Okay, I painted his nails, and the next
Exactly.
day he came to me and said, "Mom, take it off. I'm not a girl."
Exactly.
Right. And they will eventually realize this. It's Matt said the perfect word. It's demoralization. And somebody made a good point. Once a country is conquered, however it's conquered, there's a humiliation ritual. And when they tear down your statues and they mess up your system and they do everything, and a lot of people have looked at this, at what's going on in America, and saying, are we a conquered country? Who conquered us and what's going on? Because this is the kind of stuff that gets done, once you have fought a war against the country, invaded and conquered them, and, made them submit to unconditional surrender. Then you go around and you change their laws and you change their history and you humiliate their people. It's to let you know we're the conqueror. I mean, that's happened throughout all of history. That's just how it goes. And people are saying, are we a conquered nation? And who
We ain't
conquered
gonna have
us?
to worry about that here in Arkansas. We ain't nothing but rednecks. Hell, the women are
The rednecks are
rednecks.
going to save us. The rednecks
Yeah,
are going to,
that's right.
honestly, at this point, I believe
If
that
you
the
ain't got
rednecks
a
are gonna save
hillbilly
us.
and a redneck in your life, you're fucked.
Better go get you one.
But
Better go get you one.
you see it too on TV with all these celebrities and singers dressing up as females. Come on.
Now you got to think about it, man. We can live off nothing
Mm-hmm.
and off everything.
That's what you need, survival instincts right now. But back in the day, and I told my stepsons, Morgan's kids one time, I said back in the day,
There are kids,
men,
but yeah.
yeah, they are still kids, but yeah, they're all kids. But I told them back in the day, men used to dress up like women. They were called drag queens, and they performed at bars and stuff, and they made a lot of money at it. And they weren't all necessarily gay. They just made money dressing up as women. I mean, look, I grew up in New Orleans. All right, you want to see crazy shit? You can't see a man dressed as a woman acting stupid on the street and say he's abnormal. He's probably normal as hell, but because that's New Orleans. But
That's the city.
yeah, I mean, drag queens always existed, but it used to be kept in bars. When did it get changed to schoolhouses? When did this become a thing? This is an adult entertainment. There was a place in New Orleans called Lucky Chains that was all drag queens as waitresses, and you used to bring your buddies there as a joke.
I remember that
Because-
place.
Yeah, because they didn't know it was men dressed as women, and you get dinner and all like that, and you'd say, "Oh man, I think that waitress is looking at you," and you mess with them,
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
happy.
I gotta go, y'all.
Who's got the baby? Who's got the baby?
Me.
Is that Tammy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Tammy.
Okay. I'll go back to the chat.
All right.
Okay.
A baby cutting teeth.
Something.
Sounds like it, huh?
Yeah, well, sounds like it. Hey, I get to hear my grandkids all the time, man. Whatever. Come here, man. I got something that'll quiet you down.
It's edible.
Yeah,
No,
here,
give me all that.
take this gummy bear. This will do you justice.
Hey, man, I got some new gummies, man. And these some bitches will rock your city. I
I'm good.
can't even eat them.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah, but you need one.
No, I do. What the hell makes you think I need one?
Well, maybe you'll grow hair.
Delete. Okay, Andy.
That's the growing joke with me and that old man right there.
Yeah.
Matt ain't got no hair. Well, today, let me tell you, I cut that shit complete, dude. My shit, really, I've got 1/4 of an inch, and it is a flat top. It is a marine cut flat top.
My
That's all I
dad
need.
used to wear them. And I laughed at him, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was like 14, and he wanted to put a boot in my ass, but he couldn't catch me. Yeah, I always stay that one step ahead of him, like that old dog, man, when you're trying to kick that old dog. He's a matter motherfucker, too.
Ms. Ken Dodden, right, is saying that probably because of the topic, they're censoring the living shit out of the show, and I shared our YouTube channel with her. I shared the live with her. I don't know this topic. There we go. This topic is a really, really hot button. Morgan, you said it. It really is, and it can go either way. But I want you all to know I could give two shits less, okay? As long as the kid can make a logical, rational decision at the age of, like, well, manhood, or, like, here's the thing, Mom. Morgan, you're a mom. Mom, you're a mom. All right? And you can probably get this more than even me, James, or even Andy. I'm not speaking for them, but I'm saying, you've watched these kids grow up to the point where, like, probably my wife, she's like, Matt, even though my kid is 18 now, the boys grow up slower mentally than girls do.
Maturity wise, definitely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that because James don't know or Andy don't know. I'm just saying, us guys, I don't know. We just try our best to create.
We don't grow up until we're 20.
Shit, we don't grow up till we're 40.
My dad told me 40. My dad told me that he was 40 when he became a man.
I still ain't grown up.
I try not to, but all I'm saying is we try to create little men. We try to create little men and hope that they're going to go that way. Okay? But I'm not going to put it this way. I've even told everybody on the show here, if my son is now 18 years old, if you want to go put on high heels, stilettos, or whatever shit, and dress like a girl, I frankly don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't. I will love you no different. But the thing is, he wasn't raised like that. So what influences the kid?
Right.
It's got to be something. What was it?
Right. You ever
It's the
seen
government.
You ever seen those memes of the girls? Not too many guys, or mostly girls, before and after college. Like before they go to college, they're fairly normal looking, for lack of a better word. And then a few years of college, they got they got a nose pierced, they got different colored hair, shaved heads, this and that. And it's like, it's college, man. It's the Marxism of college. That's what they're teaching these kids.
Ms. Ken Dodden says schools. You're right, James. Schools. I mean, growing up, I could tell you, in Braxton County, West Virginia, I didn't see but one woman that dressed like a guy, had a butched haircut. Only one. Now,
I've never seen one when I was a kid. Never did.
I just don't know. Mom, let me talk to Morgan for a minute. Mom,
Listening.
What would you do? You got three boys, right?
Two boys.
All right.
Two boys.
What would you do? Would you love them any different? Probably not.
No.
Knowing you.
No. Absolutely not. I would not love them any less. However, for me as a parent, like I have really just taught them to think for themselves and to be independent. And it's actually really nice because like when I pull up to from the grocery store and they know that I went to the grocery store, they come out and help me with the grocery without me even asking. That tells me a lot. That tells me that they're learning respect. And to me that's huge. Like whether how they identify sexually, like I don't care. I really don't. I just care about how they treat themselves and how they treat others. And
Bingo.
I
Right.
think that's what I've focused on raising them, and they're 19 and 22.
Dad?
That's called common courtesy.
Right.
Yeah, as long as they got common courtesy and respect, that's all you can ask of any
Right.
child.
Right.
But the
Absolutely.
problem in my head is that they're teaching kids not to have respect or courtesy. They're entitled,
Right.
and that is creating this
That's why these motherfuckers don't want to work off
of
hands-on jobs. They
Let me,
think
like
every,
Tina,
Like-
what were you saying?
I
Tina.
said that
My bad. I'm sorry. I thought that was Tina.
Oh,
I'm-
it's Rose?
No, that was Tina and Morgan. Again, hang on, Andy. I want to talk to these moms for a second because
All right, go ahead.
Morgan's boys. She said it. Okay, she wants them to grow up moralistically, with value, with self-respect, and she's got that. And she probably couldn't ask for any more than that at the moment. Tina, you got your boy, right? One boy.
yes.
Okay.
He's 35 years old, extremely responsible, does not live off of mommy, and I raised him that way. Because
How old is he?
he's
did you say?
35 now. I have
Okay.
grandbabies.
Okay. I hope
And-
mine aren't living off me after 35.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he moved out when he was 19, he moved to Iowa. And we're
Okay. Gotcha.
he has been very successful in what he's doing. It took a minute for him to get there, but he is, happily married. He has the 2 kids. He's successful in his oil and gas industry job. He's an emissions technician in Colorado, which, believe me, is a challenge in Colorado. Colorado was red when we moved here, and it is like, it was
Blue.
one of those states that was flipped, not voted for
Right.
that way. And he has value. So when he was growing up, if he wanted something that was really expensive, I'd pay the other half for Christmas or whatever. So if he wanted it's like, okay, you pay for half of it, we'll pay for the other half. Then they have clout and they appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
And he had jobs when he was in high school. I had my first job when I was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Cash under the table.
Same. I was babysitting at 10. Yep.
Yeah. And I was sitting kids that were older than me.
Mm.
Top of my bussing tables at the restaurant.
It's
It's if you're raised with a work ethic and a desire to excel, then you're going to work towards that. But the way they have put it in the school is that everyone's a and you just get it just because you're you. And they're teaching kids that they don't have to work hard, they don't have to excel because everybody gets a trophy
right.
nowadays. So they're going to a country preschool right now where it's not like that, but I can guarantee you that if the school system where my son lives were doing all this doing in the other schools, he would not put them in it.
Mm-hmm.
He would Jessica's job, she would homeschool, and he would not allow them to be raised that way.
Yeah, but see, these are all basic moral values that I think have gotten lost in recent time. Like what you and I are talking about, Tina, as far as how we, raise our children or the morals we've instilled in them. Those are the basics that are lost today, and that's what's scary. it's a completely different world today than it was when I was growing up and raising young boys.
Me too.
All
If I
right,
can piggyback off of this.
dads.
Oh, I'm
James,
sorry.
James, it's okay. James and Andy, whichever one wants to go first. The same question that asked the girls. How would you
I
feel
was just
if?
gonna. Well, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's you know, I already know the question. How would you feel if either one of the boys came to you, Dad?
I don't think James would be okay with it.
Well, no. Well, look, I'd question it. I mean, because it's like, look, man, you realize, what you're doing. I mean, I mean, is this really who you are? Is this who you've been taught to be? But to piggyback off of Tina real quick, one of the she's got a point with these. Everybody gets a trophy and the entitlement thing, and what they've done is they've replaced. Success or like work and those kind of ethics with identity. Instead you don't have to worry about having a skill, you don't have to worry about you know achieving anything or being anything. You identify as something and we'll give you all the attention in the world just on what you identify. It's like, oh, well, I identify as a girl. Oh, well, you're special in that way. There's your special stuff. You don't need to strive to do anything else because you're already special because you think you're a girl. Now, as far as the boys coming to me, either one of them and saying, hey, I'm a girl now or whatever, it's like, well, first thing I'm gonna say is like, no, you're not. But
Right.
if because
Well,
I mean,
not only that, but James, we've raised them. Like, you've been in their lives for 13 years, and they're like, we know they know they're not girls. Like, they've been boys all this time. Like, all of a
no,
sudden,
but
that would just be crazy.
no, but I'm answering the question.
No, I know.
The question,
Just
what if
saying.
they came up to me, what if they came up to me at 18, 19, 20, whatever it may be, and said, oh, I'm a girl now, and I'd say, no, you're not. Have you been taught this? Is this something you naturally feel? I mean, I'm going to question it. I'm not just.
And I'm with you.
Yeah, I will accept them. I will accept them without a doubt. We're going back to the original answer, the emotional part of it. Yes, I accept them for who they are. It's not like I'm going to turn them away or reject them or anything for it, but I'm going to question the hell out of it. Where did this come from? Why do you feel this way? Do you look in the mirror and really see a girl, or because if you're hallucinating, then there's another issue going on. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, I will. I'm not going to reject them, kick them out the house, or say you're not my stepson anymore. Nothing like that.
Right.
But I want to know where this came from out of nowhere. If this is something that's been building over the years, if they were. If one of them says, oh, well, I've been gay since I was 12. Okay, well, now I kind of understand this. This is something that's been going on. We just never knew. But if it just pops up one day, yeah, I got questions,
Yeah, the love them nonetheless. You'll always love them because they're your children. I get it. I totally
Correct.
get it.
Yeah.
Mr.
But
Andy Cast. Go ahead.
Can't let that overshadow the fact that you gotta like get in there and like have that influence too. You can't back off from the influence and say, I love you no matter what, you're great, and this is all you still gotta put that influence in and say, do you really understand what you're saying?
Right,
I mean,
right.
As a man, do you understand what you're doing here?
Wow.
I got lucky. I had 7 girls.
All right,
That's easy.
I don't consider that luck, Andy. I'm sorry.
Well, no, man. It was really easy.
I like
'Cause I-
boys. I'm glad.
Wait
I
a
bet it
minute.
was easy.
Now, wait a minute. Only thing I had to worry about is when they got of age, and I stayed outside most of the nights. Because boys will be boys, and they will try to climb in their window, and I was there with a boot right up their ass. But I live in the country, so I live in very small towns. Our population is 2,000. I know every little bastard around here.
Andy, but you also got to take into equation here that you are older than myself. You're older than James, Miss Morgan,
Yeah, I
and
know.
Miss Tony. So you are to me our elder. Okay, you are our elder.
Right.
So let me ask you, being an elder, what would you say? Put yourself in me and James's shoes as a dad. Okay, now I know as the edibles ain't kicked in that. As a dad and being our elder, what would you say if little Johnny come to you and says, "I feel like Jill today, Dad"?
I backhand him.
Now, James, do you see?
And I got big hands too.
Do you see
And
the
they cover
difference?
their own.
Do you
Yes,
see?
because I was raised that way.
Yes, I see the difference.
I
you
was
know,
backhand. His
sometimes-
ass man be tumbling 20 feet.
Sometimes
And-
you got to slap sense into people. I
You know,
No,
totally disagree with him in that.
I'm very old school.
All right, now here's where I'm going to tell you that I think I'm going to share this with you guys, and I want your opinion. Okay, I think that they are, again, the like me and James saying, the demoralization of the kids. It's okay to be this way. I think Morgan threw out there, or somebody, everybody gets a trophy, and James said for just being special. Okay, they're making these kids right now, which are our future generation, think that it's okay. The same values and morals that Annie you're standing on are going to be fucking gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're going to be gone.
That's what they've been working on. Yeah.
It's gone already.
The values have been gone for a while, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The values have been gone.
Right, because you know why? Because those values are considered bigoted now. What they've done, they label it as a
bigot.
bad thing. Right, as a bad thing. You're a bigot, racist, homophobe, transphobe, whatever you want to call it. All these different isms and all they got these days. They label it as that to make you feel bad, to shame you into going along with what they're doing. You know, and at some point you got to just kind of own it. You know,
That ain't gonna happen here.
Right. That's the thing. You know, when someone, I don't care if someone's gay. I don't care what color someone is. I don't give a shit about any of that. But if you come
That
up
is
to me
not
and
the
start,
problem.
right, if you come up to me and start yelling transphobe, homophobe, racist, all that, I'm gonna just
Then I'm gonna
say,
punch him
yeah,
in the
so
face.
what? So what? Yeah, I'm all that. Now what? Let's talk about the points. Now you got past the name calling. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. They won't get to that point. They want to shame you out of the argument, shame you out of the debate, and cut it.
I
and
jump
shut
right
it
in the
down
middle
before it
of that one.
starts.
I tell you what, you crazy, you son of a bitch.
Right.
No.
I mean, see, that's the thing. Like James and I, we're a generation apart. So I believe, like, we
Not a
agree.
full generation. I mean,
No,
like
you're
we're
right.
like
Only 10 years.
only. Yeah.
Right. But
God damn, I thought I was a cradle
Cradle
robber.
robber?
Yeah.
No, she's a grave robber.
Oh,
No.
She's a great
okay. Now we know the truth, you know.
Dude, I met him when I was 16 and he was 26, but we
But that's
didn't
not when we
get
hooked
together
up.
until years
all right,
later.
let's put
Anyway,
that out there. That's not when we hooked up. So.
She's
I ain't
leather.
that
She's
guy.
leather and lace, and you're old school with a wheelchair.
I'm more arsenic and old lace.
Arsenic and all. Jesus Christ, you guys are funny.
Well, yeah, that's where everything has gone wrong. When all this divorce shit, all this stuff started, they started demoralizing marriage. You know, and I seen that even as a child. You know, because I'd mow the neighbor lady's yard as a kid. And my dad would teach me, he said, "You getting any of that? She's a divorcee, Dad, boy. She's free living." I say, "Well, no, Dad, I'm fucking 10 years old mowing her yard."
Right?
But hell, you know, that's the way I grew up, you know.
Well-
But then, you know, I found out what peaches and cream was, you know. So.
so
Yes,
Matt,
indeed.
what are your thoughts?
On what? We've covered a lot of ground, Morgan.
In general, like what are your thoughts?
I'm
We're kind of in
kind
the
of
same thing.
I'm kind of jealous of James trying to, holy shit. God, well, he
Boy,
got a
don't be jealous of me.
youngin', man. I'm like, holy shit. I've got a girl that's as old as I am that has got the same moral, the same moral value as me, right? And but it's also really cool to know that you guys have got a rather large but yet medium gap between the both of you, and you're still on the same page. That's really fucking cool.
I mean, we're on
Mostly.
the same page most days.
Right.
We're on the same page. What's the word? Fundamentally. So yeah.
Right. We've said this in the chat before.
I'm trying to teach her. But
You're trying.
But
I'm trying to teach her.
it's not working.
it's not.
It's I said this in the chat before about there being we've got to be equally yoked, and the age gap between the two of you don't really matter as long as you're both spiritually, morally on the same page, and on, you know what I'm saying. And you guys are really, really a cool fucking couple. I do gotta say that.
Too. Thank
you really are.
Thank you. We try to be. We try to be the cool
too.
kids. Yeah.
I'm Miss Tina Daly. You're old man. You guys got a little bit of a gap, don't you?
Yeah, he's older than you, right?
Yes, he's
I
5
remember you
years.
saying that in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm 55. He's 60, and we pretty much we grew up in the same town. So we which is a small farming community in Rockford, Missouri. There was maybe 2,000, including the rural people. And so everybody knew everyone. My mom always said, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, I will find out about it. And she, and then there was hell to pay. So it's like, if we needed a reprimand, then we got it. And when they took that away from the parents, that was, gosh, I was pregnant at the time, taking care of my sister's children. She was over in Holland in the Army. Ooh. And she sent the kids and my mom back to the United States, and they came and stayed with me. And little Chris he had like a reflux problem, so he had to sleep on an inclined bed. He cried all day, every day. All the pharma shit did not work for him.
Rough.
So he cried all the time. And I remember going to JCPenney's one day, and we were shopping, and Chris was crying, and I had him in the stroller. But this lady came up to me and was giving me shit because I didn't pick him up. It's like, it doesn't matter if I pick him up or not, he's still going to cry. But
right.
There was nothing I could do about it. And back then, I mean, we're talking, this is 36 years ago.
Wow.
There was nothing that helped him. And
Right.
you know how the pharma is. It's like, oh, gee, we want you to be a lifelong customer.
Mm-hmm.
On that. It's like, there are natural products that can help, and I wish that I had this company that I'm in right now clear back then, because that would correct so many issues. But this lady threatened to call the police on me.
That's a trigger. That's a trigger for me, because that's the entitlement. And if that was happening 36 years ago, I mean, it's just amplified today.
But it didn't happen as much, but it did happen.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just appalling to me the way that they have made it to where, you can't discipline your kids. They're not allowed to work until they're so old that they have no work ethic. I had my first job when I was 10, and before that, I was an entrepreneur back then. I had my own worm farm. I was selling worms for $1 a dozen. And
yeah, that's a really cool story, Tina. Tell them that story.
Yeah,
Yes,
tell us.
I had my worm farm, and we lived near the Missouri River, and I would sell night crawlers for $1 a dozen. So every night I would go out in my yard and I would be hunting for night crawlers. And there's a certain way that you pick them up and you pull them out so you don't break them in half.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. And I had my little worm farm in the cellar of this house that we lived in. And I'd put coffee grounds on there, and I mean, you had to go through and dig through them every day to look for dead ones because if you have one dead one, you had to get it out because it would like infect the rest of them.
I kill the rest of them. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was doing that, and I mean, it was pretty cool that I could actually make money younger than 10 years old and contribute to the household. Because way back then, every cent
Yep.
counted. And when my grandmother taught me to crochet, I learned how to make those. Remember the old crochet curly Q, like ponytail holder things that would hang down? I would make those, all kinds of stuff that my grandmother taught me to crochet, and I would sell them. And I remember the first $100 that I ever made was it was like it was kind of a weird looking plastic face with a bonnet around it, and then there were two pot holders that attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would make those, and the neighbor up the road bought 10 of them from me for $10 a piece.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
First,
good
I
money
told
back
me.
then.
Shit.
I saw
Bravo.
weed though, man.
Bravo.
proudest day of my life, taking that $100 to my mom and handing it to her.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that still is the proudest day of my life.
Aw.
You
I
can
love
be
that.
young. I mean, I think I was like in third grade at that time. That was before I had my job bussing tables. But it's like I've always worked hard. I've always applied myself to whatever I do. And
Mhm.
they are taking that away from the kids today
No, I
because
They-
agree.
they don't need to earn anything. They don't need to work hard for anything.
All right.
They get a trophy.
And that's why they're so dissatisfied, because you get a certain amount of satisfaction from accomplishing something on your own. And even when they do accomplish something on their own, then everybody gets a trophy with them to show that it's not really that special. So they have no incentive to do anything. Right.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's sad what they've done to our
Mhm.
younger generations.
That's
And
right.
I'm
Yeah.
thankful that I was able to instill working hard in my son. And
Exactly. I saw that comment.
my husband, he busts ass every day in the beef industry, and he has been so successful in what he does. I would say that he is probably the number one beef industry person in the whole United States that is
Wow.
still actively doing that job. And he is so knowledgeable, but imagine
Nice.
what he's going through. He's actually a corporate position right now, and he goes around to different plants in Texas, uh, Nebraska, Utah, and here in Colorado, helping them with their kill floor. And he is one of the last kill floor guys from old school. And
Mm.
they actually called him to Canada to go help them with something. And there was a blood shot is like when the steaks have like these red veins going through it.
Hmm.
They had engineers, they had all these specialists, and
Freaking Andy.
that's small.
Love you, bro.
What's that?
Oh, I'm just hearing you, but you're just funny. I appreciate you. Anyway, I'm sorry, Tina. Go ahead.
We were actually at a reunion that year, and they called him for me to take him to Omaha to fly to Canada and mess up our whole reunion because they couldn't figure out what was wrong. So they called him in to fix it, and it took him 5 minutes. You have all these people that have all these degrees. College is useless. There is
Right.
not a single thing that you can learn in a beef plant in college.
The
You learn animal sciences, but that does you zero good if you're in a beef plant setting. Bill does not have a college degree. And he says he has a PhD. It's called a packing house degree.
shit.
Right. Because he worked his way up. He started at the bottom. He was doing the lowest job, and he worked his way up through the ranks. And
That's
he was
great for
the
your children. Yeah, for
at
sure.
really. And now he's a corporate position. He travels around and he helps all these other plants with their numbers and, with everything that they do. he was actually in Grand Island for probably the last 5 years, except for the past, I don't know, probably 3 months. But he was there. They were building a new kill floor. They would have their engineers come in and design things for the kill floor. And he would go in and say, no, you got to make this, 2 feet longer. You need to have another person here. You need to make this 6 inches lower. You got to do this. You got to do that. Because he knows every single job.
Did you say Grand Isle, like Grand Isle, Louisiana?
Grand Island, Nebraska.
Oh, okay. We have a Grand Isle here too. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And so his plants are Grand Island, Nebraska, Dumas, Texas, Hiram, Utah, and Greeley, Colorado. And that's
Gotcha.
so he's gone Monday through Friday every week, and he hates traveling now. But back then, when the Brazilians came in and took over and micromanaged shit and changed things behind his back after he'd been at that plant for 16 years, he said, I'm not doing this anymore. So
Right. Because they won't trust an older guy. I mean, they don't. You got all these people with degrees that when you send somebody in without a degree, regardless of how much experience they have, how long they've been doing it, and how much they know, they're still like, oh well, but you didn't graduate from this school or whatever. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, don't listen to this old guy. Yeah.
You know what?
There's a lot of that out there.
Yeah.
So I want to say something to piggyback on that. I know James agrees with me on this because we've had this conversation, but like I think the disrespect that today's young people have to authority started even in the early 2000s. Well, maybe before, but I think that like even the Disney Channel, all the shows, all the kids talk back to their parents. Like all the kids would like be like, what
Yeah.
to their parents. And it was almost like it was instilled in these children that you can that what your parents say doesn't matter, and all that what you think is all that matters. And it's like, what the heck? Like that's a little bitty tiny facet to our society today that has really shaped the way our young people think. And it's just like, oh, it's so frustrating to watch.
Well, what the message was, and a guy I used to work with pointed this out. He used Nickelodeon as an example. Is that you'd see all these shows with kids and there were no adults, and when an adult would come in, they would talk to the adult on the same level as if an adult's talking to another adult, and that was the programming. That's the programming, that you can speak to an adult because you have just as much whatever that they have, and what do they have on you just because they're older, and I think this disrespect thing started back in the 60s,
That's when the back of the hand should have started being used right then.
Right.
See,
Hey, I'm real big on that back of the hand. My daughters are 50 years old, a couple of them, almost 50.
What you got, Matt?
And then you turn right around. To this day, they'll say, better walk in there with a whole different attitude, because Grandpa gonna get that ass.
Grandpa gonna own that ass.
Get a switch.
That's right. Oh hell, I know what that word is. Get the switch did not mean the electric switch.
Nope.
That might have been true lightly, very lightly in the 60s, but it was a little bit later than that, I think, when they were really starting to implement it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I know that if I ever talk back to my mom, smack across the face.
Right.
Man. You wouldn't even cuss them around your parents.
I never did that to my parents ever.
No.
Yeah.
And it's like when I became a teenager and moved out.
Check this out. This is a really good comment. Chantel says, I play, she still watches and plays all of the shows from her childhood. Now that's something right there that's unique about all of us in this chat, as well as everybody in general. Our kids don't really fall too far from the apple tree, right? My kid is completely into old school rock, loves melodic rock, blah 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 blah. I mean, going back into the programming, James, I think,
19-year-old. Sorry.
James went as far as saying Nickelodeon. You brought up Nickelodeon. I completely agree with you, bro. What the show recently to come out within the last 20 years, I'm trying to formulate the name of it. It's got Red Foreman in it with Miss Kitty and Eric and what the hell is the name of that show?
That 70s show.
That's it. That 70s show. James's dad, my dad, is Red fucking Foreman. Okay? I'm just telling you.
Actually, I don't know what my dad was. He left my mom when she was 6 months pregnant, so I really don't know what he was. But I get your point.
You
Yeah,
grew
that
up
was that was
good.
the dads. That's the dads we had. That's the mom. Look, my mom was tough. She was a single mom, and I mean, took the mom and dad role on all at once. And I mean, the rest of it was me being raised by my friends. But yeah, there's
Yeah.
no this whole thing of toxic masculinity and just coming down on masculinity just so we can raise emasculated boys who want to be girls, and that's not
Hmm.
the look. We've been on this planet about 180,000 years, and this has never happened. None of this until the last 100 years. This just came out of nowhere. Not saying men didn't dress up as women, not saying there weren't effeminate men and masculine women and gays and all that. Yes, all that existed, but the natural order of things is being turned upside down on purpose right now. Where the natural order of things just followed through for the last 180,000
Exactly.
years,
I
and
agree
now
with that.
all of a sudden, it's purposely being upended. There's no reason for it to be on a mass scale like this. It's never been on a mass scale, regardless if you had transgenders in 3000 BC or gays in classical Greece or whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's never been on this scale, and it's because of the propaganda. And they've had studies on that. They've showed that when you've taken people who were in a society where homosexuality and transgenderism were promoted big time, and you took them out of that society and you put them in one where it wasn't promoted, all of a sudden they weren't really gay or transgender anymore. It
Hmm.
just kind of fell by the wayside because it's a fad, because people are attracted to, they want to be part of something. They want to be part of the bigger picture and feel like they're in. And if that in means mutilating yourself or having sex with the same sex or whatever, people are gonna do that. It sounds stupid, but people are gonna do that, because they
Ja-
want to be part of that crowd.
James, let me
Well,
ask you
they,
something. Let me ask you
yeah,
something real quick, and then we'll go to the late Andy and then the ladies. Do you think? Do you think, James? Because you're in Louisiana, okay?
hmm
Do you think that the location, the geographical location of where you're at helped transform and keep your boys out of
yeah.
curiosity? Okay.
Oh yeah. No, because I mean, especially our part of. I mean, well, I mean, Louisiana generally is like more country. I mean,
Yeah, but we're in a rural part of New Orleans. We're in the outskirts, so we're
yeah,
not in the
actually
main.
in New Orleans. We're in like what it used to be really rural. It's hard to
Mm.
say, but
Right,
the
right.
right. It's starting to expand now. But yeah, part of that reason, yes, I do agree to put that. Um, I think part of it is because we are more in touch with nature here, where you go in the backyard and there's woods and there's animals running around, and you got to deal with certain things that people in the concrete jungle don't have to deal with. I grew up in New Orleans. I know what it's like to live in a city. I know what it's like to live in the swamps. And you think differently about things. I mean, and you live in a city, you're not thinking about alligators and rabbits and coyotes and bobcats. That's all stuff on like National Geographic. But then you move out
Right?
here and there's a freaking alligator in your backyard. There's a coyote coming walking up to you when you're on the back porch. And then all of a sudden you're
We
in
saw a
touch with.
bobcat Saturday night.
Right. There was a bobcat on top of the roof across the street Saturday night. This is the kind of stuff, that now
I
you're
have
seeing
ring
something in
footage.
person. Yeah, now you're seeing stuff in person, and you're actually interacting with the natural earth. And when you interact with the natural earth, you become more of a natural being, and the natural course of being is that men are men, women are women, and we do our thing, we reproduce, and we keep society and civilization going, unlike what they're teaching people now. And part of it is population control. Because, I mean, look, gays can't naturally reproduce. Transgenders, once you get all that stuff done to you, you can't reproduce. There's cancers involved with that stuff and all. It's population control, just like the jab, just like everything else. They want to cut. They've said it. They want to cut down our numbers, and they figured out a way to do it psychologically, chemically. They figured it out, and we just have to resist and say no. We're not. Humans are not bad. We're not, just because we take up space on the earth and because we eat animals and do things like that does not make us bad. It makes us just a part of everything, just like everything else. Animals eat animals. We're not bad just because we exist. And we got to get over that part and resist this stuff and say, no, just walk
I
away
agree.
from it. Ignore it. Walk away.
Damn, James.
You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying?
I do.
Simply and beautifully stated. Yes, I agree.
That's rare for
Papa,
me.
Papa Andy left us. I don't know
Oh,
if
no.
he got stoned and hit his fat finger on the disconnect button. But Papa Andy, he left us. I was going to ask him if he thought that raising the kids. I do believe that the geographical location of where we raise our children has got a lot to do with the influence. I truly
think
do
it
believe
does.
that.
Yeah.
I think it does too, but also too, it's the fact that they're trying to dismantle the family unit.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's
And that was
a
their
given.
stated goal.
That's what
That was their
sucks.
stated goal. Back the feminist movement, when it started in the late 60s, early 70s, if you go back and read the propaganda, or whatever you want to call it, Gloria Steinem and all those people, that was their stated goal, to break down the nuclear family. So same thing with Marxism, because remember, I don't know who remembers this quote, but I remember it. Ronald Reagan said, every great revolution started at the dinner table. And what that meant was that the nuclear family is the cornerstone of every civilization. And he used revolution, but you could substitute that with civilization. And Karl Marx realized this, and Frederick Engels, he realized this, that if you break down the nuclear family, if the kids aren't looking up to the parents in the household, they're gonna look to somebody to look up to. And if you can replace those parents with the teachers in the schools and the government and all that, then you can start to control
Or
whether
social
that
media.
revolution
Yes,
happens.
agreed.
Sure,
100%.
absolutely. The mind. I think, again, I can't remember which one of you said it, but you said that the child at the age of school bearing age, their minds are like sponges. Was it you,
That was
James?
James. Yeah.
And I couldn't have said it better. They want to learn, but yet the schools, like going back to early in the conversation, they're wanting to form these kids, shut down creativity, conform them to their ideology, their beliefs, their system, their this, their that. And obviously right now, the way that we're looking at the country and the world, their system don't fucking work.
No, but that's the point. That the point is the system. They don't want the point of the thing is to break down other systems. We laugh at these people, we make fun of them, and they should be laughed at. I mean, honestly, no, I'm talking about like the Bill Gates and the Joe Biden and all that. We laugh at them, we make fun of them, and they should be laughed at and make fun of them. But don't make a mistake of thinking these people don't know what they're doing.
Oh, they're not stupid.
Yeah, they're not stupid. They know exactly. This is part of the plan, and the plan you look at the plan. It's like, well, the plan is destroying society. Well, that's the plan,
Yeah, but they're telling these kids their identities. That's the thing.
right?
They're
Offering
literally
a
saying this is what your
substitute.
identity is.
That's the exact thing. Like I said with the parents, when you take the parents out of the equation, you have to offer a substitute, because children are looking for structure. They're looking for someone to look up to, because they're brand new to the world. They don't know what the hell's going on. They're looking to the adults, because the adults know everything. When you take the parents, when you take the parents out of it, you got to
Agreed.
substitute it with something.
I
So
agree
you
with that
substitute it with
100%.
treat it. Just like I said, whether you believe in God or not or whatever, but when you take God out of the equation, you have to substitute it with something. And we substitute it with college, we substitute it with other people, and that's where everything goes wrong, because it needs to be in the natural order. The natural order worked for hundreds of thousands of years, and now they're saying it doesn't, and I don't believe them.
I agree with James. 100%. And I didn't realize, James, that we had so much in common because my
That-
mom was a single mom too,
Oh,
and
really?
I
that's
got
what.
my internet back.
And
Andy,
Yeah.
and so my
I just
dad
don't want
left when I was 5, and
Mm,
he was just a horrible individual.
right.
And he would, so society has made it to where it's like if you
Matt, we hijacked you.
No,
were
no, they're all right. They can talk.
Yay.
if like say the only time we heard from him was when he would call up and say that he was going to come and kill us.
Jesus
He
God.
would be cruising by the house. We lived in town at that time. This is when I was like really young, first, second grade. And it's like mom always had guns in the house. I had my first gun.
Wow. It sounds like you grew up in New Orleans.
Right, exactly. And,
Oh, yeah. Tell
and
you
like
stories.
we learned, I mean, I would go squirrel hunting so we could even eat. Or whatever.
Shit.
Wow.
And there were days that, I mean, my mom, she knew how to skin everything, clean it, do everything. And
Right.
I would go hunting and I would shoot these animals so that we would have something to even eat. And
Right.
they have taken it away to where, oh, gee, you can't have a gun. You can't, that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
It was survival for us back then.
Right. Right. Exactly. And I mean, look, I was always, weirded out that I don't know, I don't know a better term than that, but that, I didn't have a dad or whatever. But compared to that, I'm glad he just left and just never came back. He went off. Mine went off basically impregnating the world. I have like 16 half brothers and sisters around the world. He just decided he was going to go be Johnny Appleseed. So
Yeah, we
Oh
met one of them.
man,
yeah,
damn,
but
Met one of them.
James.
luckily, oh look, there's a guy. If you go on Facebook, there's a Japanese guy with the last name Roundtree. That's my half brother. This is how far his semen stretched.
I'm sorry. I'm seriously. I mean, we may laugh at it, but I'm sorry. I'm as me. My
Right.
heart says, bro, I'm sorry to hear that because that's fucked up, dude. That's
Well,
Yeah, it is.
I appreciate that, and look, 30 years ago it got to me now, and I mean, I'm 54. I mean, at this point, they're both, both my parents are dead. I mean, I've met one of the half brothers. I've seen, but the worst part of it is that, and the worst part of it and I can't really do anything about it at this point, is that I carry around the last name of a family that doesn't acknowledge my existence. That's the worst part. I wish I could change
damn,
my name.
man.
I wanted to change my name a few times, but honestly, I couldn't figure out when to change it to. Like my mom's family, they were all Cajun French. I mean, they barely spoke a lick of English, and they like, if I wasn't out there fishing and getting crawfish at 10 years old, I was a piece of shit, So I was like, well, I don't want their name either, but I couldn't figure out a cool name to go with, so I just kept it. Now I'm like 20 years from death, and it's like, who even gives a damn?
No,
you
you.
know?
But wait. I just want to be really cheesy here for a second because James, I think you're great. You're amazing, and I guess your dad. I guess all of your half siblings are amazing people in the world, and your dad's kind of like Elon Musk, and he's seeding the world.
Well, the one
The
that
future.
lives in Tennessee isn't, because he's a Democrat, so he's
Yeah,
not,
no. Well,
he's
well,
not cool.
that's
He's
the
not
one we
amazing.
met. That's
He's
the
not
one we
amazing.
met, and he's the one who shunned us when he found out James voted. Well, whatever.
Voted
But
for
yeah.
voted for Trump. Yeah,
You fucking traitor.
I know, right?
Look,
God, how can you love America, you asshole?
right?
Yeah, we had dinner with him and everything. He came from Tennessee and we met him. It was this whole thing, and it was just like, and then afterwards it was like, he actually blocked James on Facebook, but still kept me on. And so, yeah, anyway, that's all.
All right, we've got to go. I thought I'm going to be processing this audio till 3:00 in the morning.
Okay.
Miss Morgan,
Yes,
say
sir.
ladies first. Miss Morgan and Tina, you guys go first. Say something positive for the entire world to hear. Spread your love. Say
Tina,
something
you want to
positive.
go first?
Okay, so love and peace to everyone. Be courteous, help the neighbor, and love your life. Make it what you want it to be.
Yes.
Amazing words, Miss Tina.
Nice.
Thank you, babe. Thank you for sharing. Seriously, thank you for sharing your stories with everybody. And here, you talked a little bit about squirrel hunting and things like that, right? And we got off on a topic about like living in the rural areas. I want to talk about that shit one of these days, and I want to bring Rance on, Tina, and just go over like get everybody back here. James, Morgan, all of the subscribers, give you guys the chance to like share how you grew up, the hunting, the fishing, the camping.
Dude, I have nature stories too.
Right. See, we need to share that because Tina, you got a young man right now that's got a hell of a platform going on. The Colorado.
Yeah, it's called Colorado Custom Game Calls.
Yeah.
Cool.
Personalized game call that he makes, and him and his partner Don. But so say if you're a farmer and you have corn from your own field, you can take that corn and send it to him. He will dehydrate it down to where he can put it in the resin of your personalized game call. It's freaking amazing.
Nice.
Ashes from dogs. He's done snow fence. He's done wheat. He's done corn. I mean, and you can pick whatever colors you want, any kind of game call that you want. And that's his side gig. And so he's in oil and gas, but then his side thing is the game calls. And he's really, really growing, and he does lots of shows every year, and he works with Reunite the Fight. Reunite the Fight is a non-profit veterans organization, and the thing that I love about them is that Scott Gatto, the lead of it, gets paid not 1 cent for what he does.
Sorry, the dogs are barking at something.
That's okay.
I'm surprised.
All right.
It's really cool.
Miss Morgan, your turn, baby. Your turn. Say something positive to everybody worldwide, and then I'll bring the boys on it.
Okay. I just want to empower everyone listening to just know that you are the creator of your everyday life and how you experience everything that quote unquote happens to you. I challenge everyone listening to think about it as it happening for you and not to you. And just remember that there's love and light in the world, and we have to look for it, even though society and all of the media is trying to point us to all the division that's happening. There's actually a lot of connecting that's possible and happening, and I just empower everyone to notice it and to engage with it.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Miss Morgan.
Yes, indeed.
Now the two boys, I think one boy actually is James. I'm gonna call Andy Pops or Paps. So we got one. Yeah,
Happy.
Bro, your turn, James. Again, thank you, bro, for being with me and being with us. You got an amazing wife, and you two are an amazing dude.
He's an amazing husband.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you good dude, bro.
Say that.
I mean, all I could say is, everybody stay strong, know what you believe. Don't change it just because the news or some TV show or some song told you something differently. Don't be ashamed of knowing what you know. And I guess to quote Bill Hicks, don't worry, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.
Yes, indeed.
It'd be just a ride in the Matrix, bro.
It's just a ride. It'll be over, and you're just gonna spend eternity somewhere else. This is all temporary,
Damn.
But be fearless. Be strong. Don't listen to these fuckers.
Nah, that pyramid is gonna go collapse one of these days, bro. That pyramid, everybody's going, and you see these sand signs and shit. It's collapsing. This system's collapsing, bro. No doubt about it.
All we have to do is get off our knees and stand up, and that's it. It ends. It ends when we say it ends.
Chess pieces, go fucking flying.
Yep.
All right, Papa, your turn, homie.
Happy.
Only thing, man, I can say, eat more gummies. And And keep believing in Sasquatch.
Ooh,
Holy
Sasquatch for life.
Sasquatch for life. All right, Mr. Andy Cassidy, Miss Morgan Roundtree, James Roundtree, Tina Daly. Thank you guys for being with me. Miss Tammy Bonham bailed early. She had a dog that was barking and a kid.
Well, she had a baby that was crying.
And a kid that was crying. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to wrap this up on this Matrix Monday, Manic Monday
Good
on the
night.
Matrix. Night,
Thank
Morgan.
you.
Night, guys. Thank you for being with me. All right. Yeah, everybody, I kind of bailed out of the chat here, no doubt. Interesting night. Everybody had really great topics, man. See how everybody like shared their own views, their own opinions, their life stories. That right there, baby. That is what makes the Matrix so awesome. Truly, it is. It's what makes the Matrix mind so awesome. Everybody's got their own unique story. Everybody's got their own unique path, and sharing that with one another is to me one of the most beautiful things is getting everybody on here sharing their the way they were brought up, their beliefs, their disbeliefs, but yet guess what, we're still all here and we can agree to disagree. That to me is what makes the Matrix Minds Live so fucking awesome, is just letting someone have their own belief, their own ideology, their own, and sharing it with one another, but not pushing it on one another. Okay, right? That is the most. That is how we're all going to be able to grow and share. I've shared this with you before. What I personally believe is I'm not here to be dictated. I'm not here to be controlled, conformed. Because I'm not. I don't feel like I am. I'm not gonna. By God, I'm not gonna. So with that being said, what am I here for? I'm here to enjoy life, laugh, love one another. Like I said, everybody that was on the show tonight. Morgan, love you. James, love you, bro. Tina, same thing. Andy, truly, when I tell you this, I care about you. I care about your views. I care about your opinions. Because to me, we're all in this shit show together. There's only one way out of here, and that's to die. Okay, but nevertheless, formality says energy is only misplaced and experiencing here and there positivity, negativity, which is a perception. Okay, we all have our own perceptions of this matrix of causality. So I appreciate you guys being in my life, sharing your guys' world with me, as well as allowing me to share mine with you. I know that I know right now I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. Again, everybody in the Matrix, we've got girls, guys that do wondrous things for one another, share tremendous things. From Mish, over in New York, does tinctures, works on homeopathic stuff. We've got Neptune, Triton, and Pandora. They do pretty much the same thing. They make makeup and cosmetics and this, and we're all shaking the foundation of, again, I gotta say, the triangle, right? The Hollywood bullshit. This matrix is collapsing. We, again, going back to earlier in the show, it's like we're assassins injected into a fucking system that we didn't really build, or we might have built it, but it was hijacked. All right? We're watching it collapse in the foundation of the lie, because the truth is coming to the forefront. They can't lie. Again, going back to the cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone. What are they going to do? They say, oh, well, this is that, or that's this. Really? Well, let's just say Morgan and Tina Daly, they're standing on the wayside with their cell phone recording that shit. They'll upload it to the Matrix, and well, guess what? We'll just share it with everybody. They can't run. They can't hide. They can't. This Matrix of this bullshit is collapsing. Okay? It's collapsing. Now, with that being said, for all of the ABCs that possibly are listening, tuned in with us, it was a pretty cool show. Really cool show, I thought. You may have been bored because we wasn't talking about you naughty little CIA guy. I'm just kidding. You are a human being too, my friends. And I've got a couple ABCs I got to shout out with. I love you guys. I do. I know that there's a couple of you that sees the I'll even say as a disinformation campaign being spread all over the Internet of Things right now. And I know that you know what I'm saying. And knowing that you come to me and shared with me some things, I appreciate you doing that. But again, I already know this. And I can't even drop something in the Brainiac chat and them going, oh, yeah, well, we fucking knew that. Of course they knew that. I know that a lot of you ABCs aren't just waking up to this. Okay? You guys are probably like one of the head organizations for the throwing around disinformation and propaganda bullshit. Man, you guys can see it. I know you see it. You bring it to me. You shared it with me. Outside of Facebook, outside of the Matrix. You see it, and I love you for saying it. That means that you're starting to wake up, realize what's going on. Okay? Realize the lies. Say it again. Realize that it's all bullshit. All we're waiting to happen is this matrix to collapse. And it's going to. You can smell it, you can see it, you can taste it, it's here. Brainiacs, don't go anywhere here on Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock West Coast Time. Got Rob Gauthier coming in, Mr. Chandler, we call him the ET Whisperer. I love this dude. Him and his family's like getting over from being sick. They've had a nasty run of the viri. They did, I won't lie. But nevertheless, Rob's strong. Rob's a good dude. Call Lena Angel, Jeremy, and Lilith, the baby. Nothing but love for you, my brother. Take care, you guys. Continue to question everything, even the fabric of our reality that we've got. We call this Matrix. Again, welcome to the Matrix Minds, my friends. I love you guys. Peace out. Crank this shit up on the way out of here, brains. Catch you on Wednesday night.
Matrix. We're in the Matrix.
Good night, everybody. Rock out of here, boys. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do this. One of the fastest growing talk shows on the internet. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the web, the Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. Your show.
You take the blue pills, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. to have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. And now back to the show.